Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about downsizing. Now, downsizing is very, in my opinion, very unique here in Florida, especially in our senior communities like Sun City Center where I live, because usually people have already started the downsizing process when they relocated to Florida. So most of the people that we interact with are people who they're not snowbirds because if they were snowbirds, they would go back up to where their family is for their end of life years. I don't know. I don't know what else to call it. I guess I was going to say they're golden years, but it's not that. It's now we're talking about assisted living and stuff. Um, so a lot of people have already downsized, but we do get some people that need to even downsize further. And a lot of times, the tricky thing with this is that when we're dealing with people that are living in Florida, that have retired down here, that have already moved down here, and are going to, live the rest of their life down here, 9 times out of 10, the family is out of state. And then we have problems with downsizing. We have issues with what happens with all of the stuff. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And, the big part with downsizing that I find, it's not the physical cleaning stuff out, it's all the emotional stuff that is involved. Because, not only are you going through stuff, but it's all the memories that are attached to that stuff. And sometimes mom or dad is already in. Like we get it a few different ways, right? So sometimes we have to do some downsizing. We have to help them pack. Okay, what do you want to bring to your assisted living place? And what are we going to do with all the rest of the stuff? And then we have okay, mom's already moved into there. What do we do with everything that is left? So the big thing is it's very overwhelming no matter what. Even on the real estate side, before I started doing this, dealing with or working with people that have inherited homes, and I've had houses just full, I mean, full to the brim of stuff. And they're just like, I don't want any of this. I don't know what to do with any of this. And so a lot of times with that, they will just wipe their hands and then we'll do clean outs. And like I said in other videos, we do offer estate sales and clean out services when we get to that point. But the big thing is going to be focusing on like what needs to stay within the family. So whenever we go and we start to downsize stuff, I always kind of have you ever seen I mean, I don't want to say people are hoarders, but you ever seen the show Hoarders? They have keep or donate and trash. Keep, donate, trash are the three categories, right? And so like the good stuff that you don't want gets donated, and then the junk, because they have a lot of trash and stuff, goes to the trash. And then you have the stuff people want to keep. Well, we have another category when we're dealing with these homes, and that is the pass down category. So let's say I'm going to give you two different examples. So the first example is you're maybe coming down here for 2 weeks and your goal is to clear out the house. What we always recommend is going through and finding all of the stuff that you want to keep first. And we recommend also, as you're organizing for the stuff you want to keep, that's when we can start organizing for an estate sale. So all the stuff that you don't want, we want to keep in the home. And the crazy thing about estate sales is that even if you think something is trash, you just keep it in the home. Okay. Like obviously, like trash, we're going to get rid of. Personal documents need to be shredded, things like that. But I mean, even at estate sales, people will buy food, they'll buy like all kinds of stuff, like toilet paper rolls, anything. And the thing about it is that let people decide what is and is not trash at that estate sale. And then afterwards, we can offer that clean out service, bring in a dumpster if we need to, whatever, get rid of the rest of the stuff. Okay. So, big thing is find the stuff that's valuable, find the stuff you want to keep or pass down to somebody, find all those family heirlooms. And then the rest of the stuff is just stuff, and we can deal with that afterwards. Okay. Where we run into issues sometimes is you need to make sure that whatever family decision makers or people who want to be involved in this, they need to get down there right away whenever we're going to be going through all this stuff and cleaning it out, because we don't want somebody after the fact to say, oh, whatever, oh, brother or sister, you didn't let me go through it or whatever. So it needs to be timed out to avoid any family issues, so to say. But focusing on the really important mementos and valuables are the most important things when you're going through them. And it does take time. You're going to pick up an item that probably nobody wants. It's probably going to go to the estate sale. And you got to process it. Sometimes you pick up something and it just brings back that memory in your head, and it gets very, very emotional. So you also want to give yourself time to go through everything properly. And again, if it's not something that you really need in your life, usually you just want to kind of let it go, but cherish that last memory of it, and you'll be doing okay.